This week's Piltch Point with Avram Piltch is proudly powered by Newegg. Whether you're looking for a new hard drive, a processor, a case, a cooling fan, Newegg is the place to go. They run daily deals on must-have components, and they have, I would say, the best selection of parts at great prices available anywhere online. And you can find those daily deals and shop their parts by going to pilchpoint.live/Newegg. Now, we're going to talk about one particular component of a computer that has caused a little bit of noise online this week, right?
Well, we did a story about it in at Tom's Hardware about how to get Windows 10 for cheap or free. Now, why would you need to get Windows 10? Let's just take a step back for a second. You need to get Windows 10 because if you're building your own PC, which a lot of our audience is building their own PCs, I have to say, then you will inevitably find, hey, you need an operating system. And unfortunately, if you were to go about getting the operating system the way that Microsoft would probably like you to, it's going to be one of the most expensive components in your system. Microsoft charges, I believe, $139 to get a to buy Windows 10 Home. To put on your home built PC. Now, think about this. When you buy a computer from a manufacturer like Acer or Lenovo or Dell, I promise you they are not paying $139 for your Windows license. There's no way that they could charge you what they are charging you and pay this full price for Windows.
Right.
Now,
they buy
exactly
and buy the
how
hundreds
much,
of thousands.
Exactly how much they're paying is kind of a well-guarded secret. I've tried to find out for years, and it may not be the same for all, but they probably are paying very little for, to put a Windows license on your new laptop or your new desktop, And I believe that what I've heard is in the case of some of the really cheap ones, like your sub $200 laptop, they may even be getting it for 100% free from Microsoft because Microsoft wants to be on those devices rather than having Chrome take that market share.
It depends on the size of the screen.
Yeah, I know they have. I don't know if the rules have changed. I know they had something about like if you had 2 gigs of RAM, then you could get it. Then the manufacturer could get Windows for free. But if 4 gigs was a step too far, and the screen had to be, I think, below 13 inches or something. Who knows? I don't know if those rules are still consistent. And Microsoft doesn't like to publicize this stuff because they don't want. What they don't want you to know is if you build your own computer, you are paying a really hefty Windows tax, or they want you to pay a really hefty Windows tax. $139. I mean, you might build your whole computer with your CPU, your GPU, your RAM, your SSD for $500, and then wait $139 just to put the Windows on. So, here's where your alternatives come in. One way to get Windows for 100% free is if you had Windows on an older computer that you are no longer going to be using. So you can recycle that key, that product key, and you may even be able to use a product key from a Windows 7 or Windows 8 installation and download 10. You may or may not. So if that works for you and you can use that Windows key again, you're golden, and it doesn't cost you anything. One thing to note, by the way, is just in case your folks aren't aware, downloading Windows is no problem at all. Mm-hmm. Microsoft has a public website you can go to and download the latest version of Windows 10 as an ISO file, which you can then put onto a USB flash drive or an optical disk, a DVD if you still have a DVD drive, and boot off of that to install Windows on your new computer. So there's no need to worry about downloading Windows from an illegitimate source or buying a download disk or anything like that. Like
Right.
Microsoft makes it available to everyone. The question is, when you're installing it, what do you do? Because it's going to ask you for the product key. So if you have an existing product key, great, use that. Another possibility, and some would say this is immoral, I'm not going to pass judgment, is that you don't actually have to activate Windows. If you don't put in a product key at the installation time, it will put a little watermark in the lower right-hand corner of your screen saying this Windows is not activated, and it will nag you to activate, I think, periodically. It may nag you, I don't know how much, and it restricts you from doing a couple of things like changing your wallpaper and doing some customizations to the look and feel of Windows. However, you will still get Windows updates. You'll still get Windows updates. Your computer will not turn itself off every few hours, as was the case with, I think, Windows 8 or something when you didn't activate.
Mm-hmm.
So I know people who have been running unactivated Windows 10 for like months and months and have had no problems other than that they have this watermark and they can't change their wallpaper or Windows theme.
Interesting.
So that's a way to get it for free. It's not, I mean, I kind of feel I don't really want to recommend that, but many folks do it. I don't want to recommend that because it's kind of wrong to do this to download something like that as a paid product and then not pay for it. Of course, Microsoft could take a more aggressive approach, and maybe they will at some point. But right now, it seems to be that they don't punish you a great deal for not activating. The third way to get Windows is to buy a key from a discount reseller. So this is where the controversy really comes in, because some folks are worried that these keys that are being sold for like $30 are for Windows 10 are not legit. And we have an article up on Tom's Hardware about this. We interviewed someone from the website Kinguin, Kinguin, which sells a lot of discount Windows keys. And what they said is, this is not even a gray market. This is legitimate. These resellers are buying these keys wholesale from OEMs that have a surplus, don't need them. Why they don't need them, is kind of an open question. Maybe they got them, then they decided to put Linux on the machines, or maybe they got them for hardware that they're not doing. I don't know, but there's surplus keys out there, and sites like Kinguin will sell them to you for. They have resellers there who will sell them to you for as low as $28. And then when you download Windows, you enter that key, and it should work to activate it. Now, there's some concern that a reseller on there could be selling already used keys, illegitimate keys. However, most of the sites that are out there, like Kinguin, actually have guarantees out there that if you are sold a bad key, because they are not actually the seller, they are a marketplace.
Sure.
They will get you another one. They will make it right, and they do periodically do a quality control check by buying a key themselves to see if it works. Oh. So, at least Kinguin does. We can't vouch for the dozens of websites like Kinguin that do this, but there are a lot of them out there. I think one is called SCD, and there are a bunch out there, and you definitely should do your homework and see whether this site is legit. These sites also sell keys for games, and in our Tom's Hardware community, a lot of the readers were saying, "Hey, wait a second, these sites have kind of a checkered reputation for selling game keys that may not be legit, or having sellers that sell game keys that are not legit, because Kinguin does not actually sell anything. It's more like they're like eBay or like Amazon is with Amazon's third-party sellers. So, and I can't speak to that, but it sounds like getting the Windows keys is pretty low risk this way, Doesn't sound like it's illegal or anything. So you're spending maybe $30 to get something that Microsoft charged you $139 for.
Mm-hmm.
And I guarantee you that Microsoft is probably charging Dell, 15 or $20 for, just my guesstimate there. So, I think this makes sense. Now, if you don't want to buy it from a site that you think might be shady, um, sites like Newegg and Amazon also sell OEM Windows 10 keys, and theirs are more like $90. So it's not cheap, but it's cheaper than Microsoft. So, you know, those are your options. Once you've activated Windows, you're eligible for all the Windows 10 tech support and everything. So there's no reason at all why you would want to pay the full price to pay Microsoft. No reason, because no matter where you get Windows, if you've got a legitimate activation key, you get the same Windows and you get the same support. So, my 2 cents on this is if I had to buy a Windows, I would go and buy it from one of these low cost sites like Kingwin, because $90 is a lot of money to spend on an operating system. I understand Windows is important. Windows is worth it, but let's put this in some perspective. Microsoft is the only company, only major operating system vendor that charges you for the operating system. So maybe that's why they're not penalizing people who download it, who don't activate. Maybe that's why Microsoft made it so easy and free for people to upgrade to Windows 10 from 8 and 7, because they know that the business model of charging people for an operating system is one that is kind of going away. Now, somebody's got to pay for this operating system to be maintained. So I guess that's where the money comes in. I mean, Mac OS is free, but on the other hand, you're sort of paying for its development when you buy a Mac,
right?
Because they're the only ones that have it. And Linux is free, but as we discussed in talking about Linux, it's not it's not nearly as polished as Windows. But Android is free, so I think that really you should do what you can to get Windows for an affordable price if you're building your own computer, because it's really unfair that that Microsoft expects you to pay well over $100 to get something that they will sell to other companies for a lot less.
Yeah, the pricing on it is definitely, I think, antique at this point, because the price for a home install hasn't adjusted much either up or down in several versions of Windows now. And like you said, it's now, they've gone to the kind of the same model that Apple has, where it's more of a operating system as a service than anything. So yeah, it's definitely a lot of money up front when you know that it's not being charged to your laptop.
And let's not forget, Microsoft makes money whether people pay for it or not, because they're collecting all this user data on you to show you advertising and things like that. So it's not Microsoft is making out on more than just the cost of the Windows license. And Microsoft's decision to basically penalize system builders is one of the dumbest things I've ever seen in this business, because I guess they're thinking that nobody actually will pay the $139, but like, why, if you're Microsoft, why would you want to discourage people from building their own hardware and using your operating system on it? Why Absolutely. Would you want to discourage that? Don't you want people to be using your operating system? Don't you want, why do you want to penalize the millions of people who are buying components and building their own computers?
Yeah. And the people who are tend to be the more power user, right? It's not it's not my parents that are building their own computers. It's you and I.
Yeah. Now, what I hear out there, and I don't have any scientific evidence to prove this, is that a lot of those folks are just not activating Windows, or they have an old key somewhere that they're using, and they're not paying $139. But really, Microsoft should be charging. It doesn't cost them anything extra. It's not like it's hardware where they have to have a limited. You have to buy materials and manufacture it.
Right.
So it doesn't. They don't. I don't. And how many people are actually spending the $139? Is this such a profit center for them that they can't afford to charge people a fair price?
Isn't that a number you'd like to know?
I mean, how many people are doing it?
I don't know.
Anyway, that's my rant, and I'm sticking to it. But the bottom line is, check out our article on tomshardware.com, and if you need Windows for a build that you're doing, or for some reason you can't update, you have an older system and you can no longer update it from 7 or 8, you can get Windows 10 really, really, really cheaply.
Well, as always, Avram, thank you. I love that. It's like you said, there's lots of ways to do it, and $139 shouldn't be your solution. So thanks for that.